Okay, we are back with the wrong button that I pushed. There we go. We are back with week number 7, part number 2 of Outcast Ordo, a Dark Heresy campaign. Our brave adventurers have finally made it out of the cave they were investigating, which was full of blood, as Reparo was a little bit traumatized by that, as well as a plague bearer of, as near as Eli can tell, normal. Yeah, and so they've made it back. Reparo's off to get himself cleaned because he's literally dripping in blood, and Eli and Nico have gone to tell the commissar what they've found. So you guys enter in the big kind of barracks building where the commissar is sitting, or he's behind his desk. His assistant there that you met earlier kind of just ushers you in right away. He doesn't even ask questions. You see... You see, what was the guard's name? Sorry, the 97th.
Raynor?
You see, yes, Sergeant Raynar is, and the commissar talking. There's a number of guards in the room, kind of just standing watch. And I need to roll something really quick for you. Oh yeah.
Sorry. Keyboard issues.
Right.
Okay, so you walk in. Let's go check someone's skill. Nope, you don't see it. So you guys walk in. There's 4 guards, Raynar and the commissar, and a loud chip bag.
Yep, that's not chip bag, it's pepperoni bag, but thank you.
There's only 2 guys in there?
6 total.
Oh, there's other guards?
Yeah, there's 4 guards, the commissar, and the sergeant.
Okay, what are they doing? Talking to each other?
The 4 guards are at the entryway, and yeah, Raynar and the commissar are talking to each other.
Okay.
Actually, I'm going to reuse a room. This is not the same room. It just happens to be a helpful shape.
So, what do we just walk right up to them?
Okay. Okay, so
As I roll up, it'd be like, those men that returned from the mine, where are they?
I told you 3 of them.
You gave me their names.
Yeah, they're here, right?
I thought they all left the planet.
No, 7 left or 3 left?
6. Or there was 10 of them total. 6 left the planet. 3 were still here, and 1 of them was burned.
By some mystery person.
The 3 that remaining are, they're in the camp. Why do you need to see them?
We didn't really discuss this beforehand, so
They may have been exposed.
I'll pull out of my pack while he's talking, like that shard of crystal to go with him.
You pulled out a heretical item in front of him.
Mm-hmm.
So where you position yourself accordingly? The plus is Raynar and the star is commissar.
Sorry, one sec. Would he immediately recognize it as a heretical item, or just some random crystal? You mean the mine?
Oh, I've got speech to go with that. So when I pull that out, I'm going to inform him I would not normally do this, but here is the proof you have requested.
Okay, so your position accordingly?
Yeah, I'm going to step up when I'm doing that to sit on the desk.
So you're putting it on the table?
Yeah, I'm going to set it down. It's his. His proof that he wanted.
Be closer there, so you would beside Raynar, who's kind of just sideways looking at you both. He just says, "What is that?"
Those three, bring them to us now.
You still haven't answered my question.
I raised my gun.
You guys brought back a rock from the mine.
Where are those three?
3 of the 4 guards also raised their gun and pointed straight at you.
Oh, and they do that. Okay, shit. If you do not assist us, you are directly standing in our way. This was used to summon a minion of Nermal to our plane.
Perception check from both of you two.
Perception or awareness?
This is perception.
I got it.
We have awareness or what?
Just trust me, this is perception.
Okay.
Eli, you're almost positive you heard the one guard who didn't raise his weapon giggle.
Okay, yeah. My mispronunciation. Lovely.
Yeah, so...
The unclean one, the plague bearer.
So you just... So you've got 3 of these guards are pointing their weapon at you. We'll make them the guys with the yellow dots. Can you see that?
I'm sure the stream can't see that.
Let me choose a worse color. One sec.
Maybe you should make them white.
Yeah. Can you see the white dot on the white background?
There we go.
Purple, does that show up nice on the stream?
It probably will when it appears.
Okay. So these 3 are pointing their...
Yeah, that's better.
Their weapons at you, and this guy right here, he's the one that Eli, you think, chuckled at you?
Oh man. You got something to say before I do my thing?
So I just kind of like I turn to the guards. I'm like, Quintus. I look for a reaction.
None of them react.
If none of them respond, I say Gasto.
Nope. There's no women, so the other ones.
I've got a question. Do they recognize this room by any shape or form other than the room that they were in?
No, I said we use the same room because it's the same shape, but it's not the same room. This one's decorated much differently. It's kind of actually sparse and plain. There's a big window overlooking the background, like the side rooms aren't there, and it overlooks the crag where the mining's happening.
That's fine. I missed that part. I just wanted to make sure because it looks strikingly like the same room, even the guard positioning.
Okay, when he's saying that, I'm going to turn around and look at them with their guns pointed at him. I guess we're going to require a full-on purge then.
I imagine you're like holding your hands out and there's flame.
Are you looking at the guards?
I'm just looking around.
You are? The one that doesn't have his gun out, you recognize as Jerts.
Jerts, what are you doing in here?
He just grins at you.
Or should I say, Orphitus? No, I'm gonna...
Ah! Wow.
Dun, dun, dun.
Is the commissar not going to respond?
His hand is... what did you ask him, sorry?
I wanted the guards. I wanted 3 of them.
So
from the mine.
His response to that was my response is the same as when you first asked for them. They're my responsibility. I will take care of them.
Okay. And this changes nothing to you.
the shiny rock you found in the mine?
Perhaps we should have brought the daemon with us.
You found a demon? His eyes kind of get a little wider now.
We destroyed a demon.
You destroyed a demon. Just
Put a bullet in his head. And with that, my grip on my rifle tightens.
So you're pointing your rifle at the commissar.
No, it's at the guards.
Oh, you
just
swung
kinda
around? Okay, so you
Earlier,
pointing-
yeah, I said I swung around.
Okay, so you're pointing at the 2 or the 1?
These two that are pointing weapons at me.
Okay. So just out of the corner of your eye, you see the 4th one step forward. Just a single step, not aggressively, and he's clapping. Oh, bravo! Bravo! And you're staring at him?
Okay.
Jerts.
Yeah. You're staring at what you think is Jerts, and you see right before your eyes, his face changes and contorts and shifts into the face of another man. And he just says, I am so proud that you're not dead.
Well,
You see the commissar kind of around the corner and watch that, and he just says, Ezra?
Oh, shit.
Ezra. Ezra.
That should sound familiar to you.
Ezra de Sackham? What are you doing here, you mischievous little shit? That's what Commissar
Who is
says to Ezra.
That.
And he just
You
says-
know who it is.
And he says, well, I had to make sure that these new recruits of mine were up to the task. I do love testing them in battle, and only the strong seem to survive. It just makes things so much easier.
So
Do
I'm
you have
going
the
to look
same
at him.
puzzled look as your character?
So we're not burning them?
Oh, Eli, you're such a dramator. No, you do not have to burn everyone.
But can I just burn him? I'm going to point at the commissar.
No, you cannot
you're
burn
looking at
my
him and you're-
friend, the commissar.
I take the shard and I walk back over to Nico.
Now, boys, where is the other one?
He's around.
You know, the one with the stick up his butt.
Sorry, who is this person?
It's Ezra.
Which one's Ezra? Was he the guy in the ship?
No, Ezra
No.
is your
The one-
acolyte, your inquisitor.
Oh, it's the actual Inquisitor.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I thought the Inquisitor was Saturnus or Vitus.
Oh, is it? Sorry.
Ragu, Saturnus,
You're
or
right.
Vitus.
Sorry,
Ragul.
it's Ragul. I screwed up the names. That's my bad. It's Ragul.
Okay, that makes more
Oh.
sense.
Okay, I was like, who the hell is this guy?
Yeah, that's totally my bad. So it's
Oh, so this is Orvidus. This is the guy that I thought this was. Okay.
yeah.
Good. Wow.
Sorry, Ezra's the captain. My bad.
No problem.
Okay. He's around
That's
in
better.
town. I'm looking at the other guards now. I'm like, are they going to drop their weapons? It's kind of like
Are you still pointing yours at him? At the
I'm pointing mine
them?
at the guards. Yes.
Okay, so Saturnus just says, "No, boys, before you go putting holes in everybody, there's no need for that. Put your
I'm the only
guns
one who's
down."
going to be. I'm the only one going to be putting holes in people.
I'm missing your bolt gun justice. Stop it.
Now, my dear assassin, do you really think you would get out of this alive?
I would look over at the guards as they're aiming at him. As it's not him they have to worry about. Just look at them.
Well, the odds aren't in their favor.
You seem. Well, let's. No, I won't bore you with it, but guys, put your guns down. Come on. He says it to the guards, and the guards.
I kind of
Kinda look at
hesitate,
him.
look at the Inquisitor, and kind of like slowly put my weapon down. Kind of like, okay,
The guards don't actually put their guns down, but they look at the commissar who motions them to put their guns down because the Inquisitor doesn't actually have authority.
right.
But him and yeah. So
Would the Inquisitor be insulted by that they didn't put their guns down?
no,
They should be burned.
the Inquisitor knows where he fits in the administrative bureaucracy of everything.
Unlike
You mean the
Viscount
stratum?
Eloy.
Now he
I've
says-
taken that title for myself, by the way.
Count?
No, Viscount.
Viscount.
Oh,
Viscount.
Now
Yeah,
just
Viscount
give me a
Eli.
minute and I'll get that other one here. And you see him tap his near his throat and whispers, or doesn't whisper, he just says, Reparo, would you join us in the commissar's tent? Reparo, back where you are, the badge that you've been wearing,
Yep.
you hear the Inquisitor's voice coming out, or you hear a voice coming out of it.
Okay. Do I recognize it or anything? Or
You've probably never met him. So you
It's a
okay,
trap.
I would probably ask, who do I have the pleasure of speaking with?
It's Inquisitor Saturnus. If you could be a deer and join me in the Commissar's bunker.
Indeed.
Thank
Why does
you.
our guy sound like Kafka from Final Fantasy VI?
An honor, I'm sure, and I head out towards her.
So you there's some screens in the Commissar's barracks. You see the Inquisitor walk up to one of them and hit a couple things. Then all of a sudden you see what appears to be some sort of feed from a pick sensor, and you recognize the camp, and it's kind of like you're basically seeing through someone's lapel.
Okay.
You see them coming. This person's coming from the barracks where they're getting cleaned up.
You guys got a live feed from Reparo.
Yeah. So, you guys just waiting there? You're gonna ask any questions, or? I'm just like, he'll be here momentarily, gentlemen.
I'm going to pull up a chair.
Grab some popcorn and watch the movie.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
give my steely eyes to the guards for pulling their weapons on me and then not putting them down.
They put them down when the commissar said to.
I know they did, but they didn't at first.
Okay.
There's some
I
bad
will
blood.
ask.
I'm trying to convey that there's some bad blood between me and the guards at the moment.
Okay.
Well, I certainly hope the show was enjoyable.
Oh, it was. You three are the most fun I've had in years.
We're just a game.
For a minute there, I wasn't sure you would make it, but you pulled through. How's that leg? Oh, you did quite the job fixing that up, didn't you?
Oh, yeah, one of my finer pieces, I think.
My guy laughs.
Not nearly as good as the job Reparo did on it.
Yes, it was unfortunate, but, you know, they're not always the best. The tech priests at the more combat-related,
At the shootings.
at the shootings, they're not so good at the bang-bangs. They're more better at the clickety-clacks.
Going to have to get my hands on a bolter. Just so I could repay the favor someday.
Fancy. Good luck with that. You don't see those around.
I'm sure someone's got one.
Sure, someone's got one, but you tend to take notice of someone other than the Imperial Guard or an Arbitraeus walking around with a bolter.
Now you know who you have to pickpocket.
Oh, yes.
I found the simpler weapons allowed me to infiltrate better. If we wanted a club, we'd get the planetary guard. He looks over at the commissar. No offense.
I agree.
Okay, just as that happens, you see the screen showing the feed from Reparo kind of reach the door, and you see him walk up to the doorway, and then all of a sudden he enters.
When he enters, I'm going to turn and start waving at him, so I'm waving on the big screen.
So
It
you
probably
see
would have did one
yourself-
of those crazy infinity where the camera's pointing at the screen things for a second.
Yeah, so yeah, that happens. Saturnus walks up to you and pulls the badge that you've been carrying, and you see that that's where the pick sensor was.
Okay.
I just said I think we could use your help in here.
Oh, do you have the recordings from inside that cave?
He just says, "Oh no, that we can't keep records of any of that stuff.
Okay. No reason.
Could fall into the wrong hands. Next thing you know, we've got another cult on the run."
Incident in quotes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey, on
okay.
Saphira Secundus, there was another training exercise.
Yeah.
We'll all be evacuating shortly.
Based on what I saw of you guys in the fields, I think you needed a little bit more than the standard training exercise. You guys, you did fairly well. I would have, yeah. Given the circumstances, I can understand not being as subtle as a member of the Acolyte usually is. You were more like our friends here. Although I did give you this badge and you were walking around with it.
Subtlety's more my game.
On the other hand, I don't think that anyone would have guessed me as a member of the Inquisition.
No, but you're probably pretty lucky that they thought you were, else you'd be dead.
Inquisitor, we were glad to assist. Do you require any other services of us?
He just kind of looks and does there's that stick in the ass again.
That's awesome.
Yes, well, I'm going to need you for a lot more than... This was just the test. You passed, you're not dead. Congratulations.
I just do a sort of gracious head nod thing.
He does a flourished curtsy towards you. Now,
He doesn't bow, he does a curtsy.
yeah, he's a little eccentric.
Effeminate.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. I just wanted to make sure that's
Yeah, that
okay.
was not. I did not misspeak. So he says, "So
Noted.
what did you find in there?" And then he kind of looks around and then gives a head nod to the commissar, who
Yeah, I'd kind of be looking around too. Like, are we gonna talk about this with these little bastards around here?
he nods to the commissar, who dismisses the other three and Raynar.
I say demons,
Mutants.
blood.
But I think what we really found in there that did the most was we found ourselves. And
That's the moral of the story.
I snicker.
What's that?
You-
The more you know.
you
Little
are
rainbow thing
yeah.
appears above your head.
Ching. Oh, Eli, you are certainly a special one, aren't you? You may be Inquisitor material.
Special indeed.
He's something.
That he is. Now, what did you find? No, really. You found yourself. That's wonderful. It was
I'll pull out the
life altering. You had your moments. Now, what did you find?
this is a piece of something big that was glowing. I think you might have saw it on the video.
he grabs. Are you handing it to him?
Yeah, I'm going to hand him a piece. Not all of it, just a piece.
He grabs it and he looks at Eli or looks at Reparo and you and says, "Give me the rest."
Okay, I give him one of the pieces that I have.
All of it.
I give him most of it.
Does he know how many pieces I have?
He was watching.
Okay, then I give him everything.
I shake a little bit out of this sleeve, some out of this, take some out of the false bottom in my shoe.
The piece I picked up behind my back where no one could see.
But you're going to have to wait about 2 days for the rest of it.
Oh man, gross.
Noted. I take that statement back about a possible Inquisitor. I don't know what you're going to be, but I don't think it's going to be that.
You're gonna be dead if you swallow some shards of crystal.
Thankfully for us, once the crystal is destroyed, it's inert and no longer useful, but crazy people get some ideas about using it, and next thing you know, it ends up being sold in the black market, and then it's just an unending circle of heresy and stuff.
I inquire, what of this crystal? Do you have any other information for us?
Ideas, Eli. And what of this crystal? Well, I believe that your knowledgeable Psyker here correctly identified it as a minion of Nirmal.
That's what he said. Yeah.
He giggles again.
I scratch my head.
I think you may need to brush up on your void knowledge, but I think you meant Nurgle.
Oh, when I was reading, I had this wound in my leg. I don't know. I took my mind off. But couldn't we use those crystals as a trap then for heretics? Anyone that would buy them would obviously be a heretic, right?
True. I'll take that under
I'd imagine anyone that would sell them would be a heretic as well. And I look at him.
Well, would a heretic not associate with a heretic? What better way to catch them?
You are right,
so what you're saying is fight fire with fire.
You are right, my
Little psycho.
No, I was talking to Reparo. I'm trying to think of my procedurally based tech friend. But as a member,
sweet talking him.
As a member of the Inquisition, we can sit a little bit outside of the lines.
I'm just gonna beam at him.
A little bit, you psycho. I mean, psyker. It's your kind of antics that get the rest of us persecuted.
Yeah,
Tone it
Reparo.
down. I am not talking to Reparo. I'm talking to you, young man.
You look me.
It's bad enough that the most of the public fears us, and you don't need to be going giving them a reason.
Yeah, cut it with the theatrics, and I elbow Eli.
And I say, do with those as you may. Who am I to question the Inquisition?
You are part of the Inquisition.
Yes, the Inquisitor, rather, I meant.
Oh, my dear friend. You'll get it eventually.
That's what we're afraid of.
Yeah. Just know that. So...
All I'm saying is that you're in charge.
Yes, I am. So you said you found this crystal, and what else was in there? Mutants and... a demon?
Mutants, fuel.
A disappearing man.
An explosion.
A mutant.
There was
named
someone
Rat.
alive.
There's
Someone else we were supposed to find from our friend over there. I
said
nudged. I
a
point
mutant-
to whatever his
mutant
name
named
is.
Rat.
Jertz isn't there.
Oh, he left? Okay.
He was actually not there.
Never here.
I thought he was there originally when we came in the room. Was he
Yeah,
not?
He was.
Yes,
he was never
was.
here. He was kind of here.
He was originally in the room when we came here.
Give me
Didn't
a
he
techies?
smile at?
Oh,
Didn't
no,
he
you
smile at
wouldn't know.
Srag?
He did
Yes,
smile
he
at
did.
Srag.
And then he turned into the Inquisitor.
Oh, he was the Inquisitor.
The whole time.
So was he him the whole time?
I don't think so.
I wouldn't have known this because I wasn't in the room. Okay, so I missed that part where he turned into Inquisitor.
You know what? Maybe it was.
How do we know?
I wouldn't be able to ask this or perceive that because I wasn't there, so I wouldn't know when he was there to begin with.
No. So what was the last? So what was I about to say to you guys?
How
So you-
awesome we
Reward.
are.
Yeah.
I interrupted you, and
Sorry.
I'm a little too tipsy to tell you.
Okay. So
We were talking
found-
about what we found in there.
Yeah.
I was going to say that Jertz, or whatever his name was, asked us to find his friend, is what I was saying. Whatever his name was. I don't remember off the top of my head what his name was.
Estes.
Yeah.
Astus.
Hastus. And me and Nico were talking about the...
I'm gonna
rat.
tell him about the 3 guards. So there's, yeah, I'm gonna be like, okay, so there was 3 guards that apparently went in there, got affected by this this crystal, and then they left. Their names were Gasto, Quintus, and Donetta. There's also 6 that are off planet, and that's what your friend the commissar, and I use like quotations, told us.
Sarcasm.
Yeah.
Well, my friend here, this is the same air quotes that you do. My friend here is in charge of the planetary forces. Forces.
Did he move his SCVs over to it?
Yeah.
The planetary fortress.
Much darker.
To
He's-
prevent the Zerg attacks.
Oh.
He has full authority over his men and will deal with them accordingly. It's a little bit more tricky when we want to get involved. It's usually much easier if you can prove without a doubt that they are affected by either Xeno, Chaos.
And I burned the evidence.
Oh, I could deal with it if you want, I say.
What are we dealing with?
Paperwork.
Loose ends, I say.
We can't just go around shooting or disposing of citizens, children of the Emperor.
Okay,
without
with this, I
reason.
definitely frown. And sulk.
You need a reason, my trigger-happy friend.
I have a reason.
You need a better reason.
Make one.
Or he leans in, or make it not as obvious. He asks,
leans in and smile.
that's out of shot of the earshot of the commissar.
Very well. We'll let it go.
Wink,
Now there's-
wink.
There's only about 10. There's only about 10 Inquisitors in the entire sector, and we have hundreds of acolytes working for us. And you probably, or actually, we have more acolytes working for us than you can even possibly understand, and you probably never actually met one. You realize you've only ever heard about the commissar or the Inquisitors, and you know they have acolytes, but now that you think about it, you've never actually met or seen one, but there's thousands of them. Like, how does that make any
Sure.
sense?
Your respirators are overloading.
Sorry. I hate this headset.
The
Thanks to
reason,
Plantronics.
the reason you've never met any of them is because they stay hidden and inconspicuous. The opposite of what you did.
Not what I did. And I point at Eli.
Well, if you three are going to be a team, you better get them in shape.
Hey, I'm not the captain of this ship. And I look at Eli. I'm like, again, I'm trying to insinuate that it's all Eli's fault.
I say they lack discipline.
I'm not commander material. Obviously.
I don't think any of you are just yet. Just work on maintaining a low profile for now.
Okay.
Hey, I got this low profile down to.
Follow off Nico's
So,
lead. His past is kind of
out of character and out of game for sex. So, has he insinuated to us, or implied rather, that we're to go and take care of the remaining 3 witnesses of this situation?
not yet. He hasn't told you what to do next.
Okay. Let's make sure I didn't miss what was important here.
If you were going to assume right now, yes,
Well,
you
because they were winking and they're like, yeah, okay, we'll take care of it.
Out of game, his insinuation there was to not do it as overtly if you're going to plan an act like something like that for the Inquisition.
Right,
did. Yeah, he didn't give us a yes or a no. He just said, "Don't be caught."
Yeah.
right.
Which
Okay.
makes things so much easier.
But he didn't ask us directly to take care of it, is what I'm saying.
He certainly did not.
Okay. Well, then I wouldn't worry about it.
Now, as far as what I need you boys to do next, there are a number of options. We have to check into these 3 soldiers. There's whatever's happening on Ezra's ship is a potential concern. And I still need you back on Saphir Secundus, where I was planning to have you stationed.
What is
No.
happening on Ezra's ship?
The sabotage.
Oh, that. Okay, sorry. Okay. Yeah, I would have remembered. In
I wasn't-
character. I just didn't
He just says, I wasn't able to gather much information before I came down to be with you guys, but something weird going on up there.
Right. I wouldn't have asked that. I would have remembered in character.
Now, did you see any
just forgot.
cult markings?
Yes. A few strange writings.
Could you describe some of them to me? I didn't
I
actually
do my-
describe them to you,
I do
but
my
yeah.
best to describe what I saw.
That, he just says, that sounds like the cult of malice. And he just, he looks at the commissar and says, why didn't you say this was the cult of malice? And the commissar just goes, I wasn't sure. That's really not
You
my area of
sound-
expertise.
I say you sounded pretty sure.
He's one of them.
He's like, he just goes to the commissar. He's like, get out. So the commissar heads out. Do you whisper that he's one of them?
As soon as the doors close, yeah, as he's one of them. I tell you, he's been standing in our way the entire time. As soon as we got here, he's been nothing but threatening and evil. He really doesn't like me.
I'm sure he's as much as one of them as you are.
Let's get
Now,
elbow in the ribs.
boys. Now, boys. Now, I can tell you right now, he's not affected by the warp. And Mr.
I'm just gonna.
I say that's debatable about this one.
Mr. Zarkov, shouldn't you be able to detect that yourself? A little bit more directly than simply accusing everybody?
I constantly question his abilities and skills.
Yeah, hot shot.
Perhaps you should
Yes.
look into your Psyker training for possible ways to sense the taint,
Psychnescence, I think, something like that.
the taint of chaos and the warp. Our Emperor knows it served me well.
Her taint.
Yeah, science or something like that.
For science.
Psionicis. Yeah.
Psionicis.
Telekinesis is
Oh,
supposed
there
to
it
do
is.
it too, I think. Not telekinesis, telepathy.
Are we
I
alone
don't
now
have
in
to.
this room?
Yeah, it's just 3 of you and the Inquisitor.
There.
Is it safe to talk here? I say to the Inquisitor.
You worried about eavesdropping?
Yes, sir.
He hits something on his wrists, And you've got the Vox, right, Reparo?
I do believe.
Yeah, it squelches for a second, then goes silent. And he says, "It's safe now."
Do you want us to take care of those runaway guards that are affected by the warp?
I want you to make sure that they're not affected by the warp first.
And I'm just going to...
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, and I'm not because I watched it, but you three, were all in the presence of that crystal. And with the exception of Wide Eyes over there, you came out pretty uncleansed, or untainted.
Yeah, well, I mean, what's 3 guards?
What's
in
that?
the service of being right.
Didn't they sign up to die for the Emperor?
True, but we can't just go around killing the Emperor's children.
We think of it more as a
Let's just say
introduction.
the meat shields are much better in front of us rather than being killed by us.
That's a good point. What about those 6 off-world? We have their names?
We can get them. I assume you'll want... We'll probably need to check those out, too.
Yes. Thoroughly.
So what would you say our immediate task at hand is?
The Brotherhood of Malice are pretty... they're pretty common for causing things. I'm not too concerned about them. Nothing's immediately striking as needing attention. It's a little disconcerting that something's going on Ezra's ship, seeing as he's my primary mode of transportation. It does pay to have a rogue trader as a friend.
Huh? Let's fix the ship. Though I will make Reparo happy to be back on one.
Why don't we look for these 3 guards in town, chat them up, and then head back to the ship to look that up. In the meantime, maybe we'll take a look to see what those 6, what their names are and where they're at.
And we really got to take...
How you're going to get that, rather than just straight up your connection with the commissar.
Thumb screws.
Leave the names to me. I'll get those for you. I have your Vox channel. Now, if you boys want to take care of the 3 on the planet first, they will most likely be heading back into the city, as this military camp is probably due to be disassembled as the threat's been neutralized.
We need to check out that Jert's character too. He's pretty suspicious.
Oh, don't worry about Jertz. He's fine.
All right. Let's
now you
let's
boys
fix his respirators and then we'll go.
Now, you
Sorry.
boys, how did you plan on seeing if our guardsmen here are affected by the taint of chaos?
I think I'd leave that in these 2 hands because I know nothing about that. And then I'd say if they gave me the signal, I could be like, I don't know, like 400 meters off and just do the deed.
I will probably try to use my connection with it to see if they have been affected by it, and then signal him, or if nothing else, make their head explode.
Are you able to sense chaos?
He's able to summon it.
For the sake of argument, I'm going to say yes.
Okay.
Whether it's effective or not is a matter of debate.
If by sense you mean summon, then I agree.
Yeah,
Do you need another dose of the fork?
his experience with chaos is quite adept.
Yeah. Okay.
My dose of the fork is equal to your dose of the leg.
Okay, then we have it.
Monday.
I will
We'll have to
head.
take a look at those.
I will get the names from the commissar. You guys rest up, maybe see if you can figure out what happened to those three in the camp. And I will be in touch. I have your Vox, and I'll be around.
Other than just those names, could you see about some new cogitators for our friend?
Your friend is fine. Quit sticking forks in him.
Or perhaps a little bit of skill for our friend here.
Oh, don't be dissing on Nico. He's good.
Part of me wants to leave this badge with you. This is quite the enjoyable show. But like I said, you need to be inconspicuous.
I think Eli and I could do that if he wasn't
I look at myself and I chuckle.
such a.
With that request.
I think Eli and I could do that if he wasn't so adept at the theatrics.
What are you talking about?
And I ask, how would you imagine a person of my order would be inconspicuous?
What are you wearing right now?
I'm a tech priest, period.
No, but what are you wearing?
I don't know, my vest and my robe.
What are you wearing?
Okay, so you've got your robes on, so he just walks up and your robes cover almost everything with the exception of maybe your hands, and he just kind of walks up and pulls your hood up and over, and like so that you can't see your face where the only part of your
Teaches him concealment. He's like,
yeah, there you go.
Your hood's up, you're fine.
And then he grabs
This hood will hide
your
everything.
arms and puts them in the two robe holes, like the opposite, so they're crossed in front of you. And he goes, "Et voilà!"
Can we
like-
get him a robe that's always like that?
he takes out a mask that's like just covering his eyes and puts it over his face. And he's like,
Maybe we can tighten it from the back.
okay.
And then he just kind of looks at you with like kind of one arm, like, now things might get interesting if you start getting some servo arms, but cross that bridge when you come to it.
You mean like the one I have already?
We need to get that attached.
Yes. It's on my agenda, and you'll have no part of that.
I have already had a part of that, thank you.
You'll have no more further parts in that.
Guys, stop talking about parts. Let's go do this.
Cool your bolts.
Okay, so he says,
Yeah.
I will be in touch. If you do, once you're done here, if you have any problems with finding these three, I want you to head back to, if you don't hear from me, head back to Sephiris. No, you're on Sephiris. Where are you guys?
The black whatever.
Black Comet? Black
The
Comet?
respirator.
No,
We're
he's
from
saying,
different worlds. Black Comet is the ship.
I am from the Void on a military ship.
he tells you to head back to
The dropship?
Scintilla. He says, make your way to Scintilla. There is...
Were we on Scintilla?
No, you're on Sephiris.
No, we're on
Secundus.
Saphir Secundus.
Oh, you just told us to make our way, not back to. I was going to say, like, back to, like, we've
Oh,
already
sorry.
been there.
To I was thinking back to, as in that's where you were originally going. But
Yeah.
make your way to Scintilla. Be creative, secure some travel. I know you guys can figure it out. You'll probably want to track down something a little bit quicker than the normal means of transportation. Because it takes a year.
Whoa.
Thank goodness for hypersleep.
Yeah.
Or whatever the equivalent is.
So yes. And
Who knows
yeah.
what technology they have? They don't have phones and iPads. Or cameras.
When you do make it to, actually, if your investigations leads you into the city, I want you to go to this location. He grabs a piece of parchment and writes down an address on it and gives it to you. And
Sorry, I just think it's funny that he's writing down on parchment.
well, if you look around, there's paper everywhere. It's really
Yeah.
Okay, so
it's back-asswards.
who's he handing it to?
He's gonna hand it to you actually. So he hands
Oh.
it to Nico and says, "Look up Rosemary."
Rosebud.
What's her name? Just to make sure I got her name right.
Rosemary or Rosemary?
Rosemary.
Rosemary.
Hey there, everyone present at the meeting. Jimmy.
Presents. Mary here.
Find Rosemary. She is.
Time for another band meeting.
Let's just say you'll get a kick out of her. She can be very helpful to acolytes.
Noted.
It breathes once again.
Okay, so as he leaves, you see his face kind of distort and change. Okay, with the breathing.
Okay.
You see his face change into one of the other guards that was in that room with you guys. And he leaves. Stop breathing.
I kind of look at Eli, and like as he's leaving, I just kind of say, "Hey Eli, remember that thing we did in the market?" Because I watched you do that thing in the market, by the way, where you were like trying to trick people into thinking you weren't you on the ship. I say that on the ship, the market.
Oh, yes. Where I got the arm? No, where I tried to sell the arm. No.
I think it was. I don't know. You were getting money from the ship,
Oh,
convincing
yes.
people you weren't who you were.
Yes.
Am I overhearing this?
You're still there, yep.
Yeah, you're standing right beside us. I'm saying it, not whispering.
Okay.
Let's do that again.
Get money?
No. Something better.
Okay.
Let's see if we can find these guys.
Totally lost me for some reason.
We're looking for Gasto Harner, Quintus Helix. We gotta find these guys.
And
Sir,
they won a cash prize.
did the Inquisitor leave already?
Yeah, you
Yep.
just did.
Before he left, I would have asked him something. Sorry, I missed that part. I would have asked if there was any kind of data access to the local intranet for the planet that I could use, if he would know where that would be.
He would. Did we say that there was internet on the planets and stuff like that?
I thought there was. I could be wrong.
We
I
didn't.
thought it was like their
say
local, or their local news network sort of thing, or something like that.
We said there was like publications, but we didn't say there was an internet.
Yeah, you can access any of the. There's kiosks all over the city. He'll tell you. And
Would I have seen those on my way to the mine and so on?
no, you didn't. So he tells you there's. Yeah, he just says yes. There's access points all over the city. You're not going to see it here in the mines because, well, these people would have no use for it.
I nod. Okay. Yeah. All right. I would have. Yeah. I wanted info and where I can get info. Basically, is what I'm going at.
He would tell you. He tells you. Trust but verify anything you find on the data networks.
Need input.
Those you
I'm just gonna
control.
look at my fork again.
Number 5 is alive. No disassemble, Stephanie.
He tells you that the data networks are controlled by the monarchy, and the monarchy. Well, let's just say like anybody in power, they write their own history.
Are we hitting the break soon?
I would have asked if there's any other info he could load on my data slate that might be useful.
He just says, "Yeah, just let me pull it out of my." And he kind of gives you like the.
And he shrugs.
He doesn't have a data slate that I could use to synchronize or anything like that.
No. He's dressed in like he looks like a guard right now.
Yeah, but he had a cool wristwatch that deactivated technology?
It was a Vox jammer.
Well, he's got tech, so it's not an unreasonable question.
No, that's fine. No, he doesn't have anything.
Okay.
Oh man.
All right. Inconspicuous.
Okay.
Not
and
me.
We will go
Not me.
to break.
All right.
Back in
Okay.
a minute. Those of you watching on Twitch, we'll be back in a few minutes. Those of you on YouTube, tune in tomorrow. Don't forget to click like and subscribe if you're enjoying. See you in a bit.
Comments.